Welcome to TikTok Live. We are notifying viewers that you're live. Thanks, TikTok. Thank you, thank you. You know it's bone. Anyway, how do I do this? I want you to answer. How do I do this? Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? What's up, what's up? Okay. All right. Glute spread. No, thank you, sir. No, thanks.
I want to send a message to all you clean eaters out there. All you guys eating brown rice, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, that stuff's for losers. You don't need those kind of carbs. Every carb is exactly the same. All I eat is oatmeal cream pies, and look at me, I'm shredded.
All right, what's going on, everyone? I'm gonna let this sit here for a second and let some people get in, let some people join. We'll just give it a minute or so here. Just gonna let everybody get in here. Tonight's drink of choice is the Squirt Zero Sugar. This is kind of a classic one. You can never really go wrong with the Squirt. It's definitely an OG and an all-time favorite of mine. So I guess while I'm just sitting here waiting for people to join and for people to ask questions, I will just kind of go through a brief rundown of where I'm at, like in my training and how my bodybuilding is going right now. So I am in week 7, I believe, of my cut. I'm down about 13 pounds since my starting weight. So we're looking at a little over 2 pounds per week on average for a rate of fat loss. So the fat loss has been falling off pretty easy, honestly. Let's see. I am holding a ton of water right now. So a typical week for me on this diet has been about 3,400 calories of eating and then about 8,000 steps per day per week, and an average of 8,000 steps daily per week. Last week was very, very, very busy for me at work, and up until this point, which is Tuesday, work has also been very busy for me. So my calories have stayed at the 3,400 mark, but over the course of the past couple weeks, my steps have gone up from about 8,000 per day to, let me give you the exact amount, but it's gone up quite a bit. So 8,000 to about 12,000, give or take. So a pretty significant increase in expenditure. With that, I have noticed that I am retaining a ton of water. So I have always been in a caloric deficit, obviously, over the course of this diet phase. I know that I am still in a deficit, but my body weight has not moved in probably a week and a half. But honestly, I know that it's down to water retention, and I know that one of these days coming up here, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be dramatically lighter. So it's one of those things where the scale weight hasn't gone down, but I know that I'm still in a deficit. And if anything, I'm in a bigger deficit than what I used to be in previously, when I was losing like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds per week. So I know that I'm still in a deficit. It's just kind of taken my body a while to kind of catch up and kind of normalize. So hopefully one of these days coming up soon, I'll wake up and I'll get an all new low, and I'll get a bunch of water loss, and then we'll kind of get a more accurate picture of what the physique is looking like. Right now I am let's see, I'm like I said, I'm weighing about 213. I want to see what this physique looks like at around 210, and that around 210, I'll kind of take a look at what I look like and decide if I want to push up from that 210 or if I want to continue to diet. If I decide that I'm going to continue to diet, I'll diet from 210 to like 200, and then no matter what I look like at 200, I will go back up again. So hopefully maybe another month at absolute max of dieting, and then I'm ready to put the food back in and put some drugs back in and grow. So that's kind of an update with where I am right now. Let me go through here and kind of catch up on some of these questions, because I was just rambling for a little bit. Can you please explain what a refeed means? So a refeed is just a day or a period of time where you eat carbohydrates mainly, usually reserved for people who are very, very lean, who have been dieting for a while and have suffered some sort of metabolic damage from the dieting. That's really kind of a way that you can combat that somewhat. It won't completely overrule that, but it will help with that a little bit. So most people don't actually need a refeed, so it's probably something that you don't need. Best greens powder. I like the Ghost greens. I've used a couple other ones. The taste for the other ones was pretty shitty. The Ghost one is really the only one that I can drink taste-wise, and then the Ghost one also has some probiotics and some digestive enzymes in it. So I think that the Ghost one is probably one of the better ones that are out on the market right now, at least for what I know is out there on the market. So I like Ghost greens. For example, I'm a runner. For example, I ran 25 miles this past weekend, but I'm also into lifting. How should I eat? I don't know if ET means eat, but how should you eat? You should eat a fucking lot, because you're burning a lot of calories. So I would just eat a lot. A ton. How long do your deload phases last? For me, they usually last about a week. I can't think of any cases where I've gone to 2 weeks, but if at the end of that week I did not feel recovered yet, I would extend it another week. So we're looking at about a week, potentially 2, but I don't know if the 2-week thing is really necessary. Numbers still going up. Yeah, numbers are going up, Devin. My pressing movements have kind of held where they're at right now, but for the most part, everything else is still going up. All my isolation stuff on push days are still going up. Everything is increasing. It's just that my presses are kind of maintained where they're at. Love from Norway. Hey, that's awesome, bro. That kind of prompted me. If you guys could let me know where you're watching from, that'd be pretty cool. I like to see where everybody is checking in from. So, Daft Seat, love from Norway. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for tuning in, especially because it's probably some like ungodly hour in Norway right now. So thank you for checking out the live. Hey, I'm consistently getting hurt in the gym. Switched from full body to upper lower. Could it be more volume? It could be more volume, or it could just be the fact that you're not executing the exercises properly. I mean, it doesn't matter how many sets you're doing. If you're doing your exercises wrong to the point where you're causing injury, that's really the problem. So I would take a look at your execution. Hey man, what do you think of going to failure with every workout every day? That's what I've done for the past 5 years. So I think it's good. I think you should do it. Should my goal be to progress at least a rep for each set every session, or should I do every week? I think you should progress session to session if you can. The only people who probably really can't progress session to session are people who are very, very, very advanced trainees. And I probably don't have a lot of advanced trainees that are watching this right now. It seems that a lot of people who watch my content seem to be relatively newer lifters. So, session to session. Let me update these questions here, guys. How much of a surplus should I eat in on a deload? I don't think you should eat in a surplus at all on a deload. I think you should eat at caloric maintenance. So sad drugs are normalized. I mean, I guess, but you also have to understand that you're talking to a competitive bodybuilder, and that's just, it's part of the game in this sport. So it is what it is. Obviously, care for your body. Don't put drugs in it. Fuck you, dude. I'll do what I want. Do you think you should always have some decently visible abs in the off season? Yeah, I think if you get to the point where you can't see abs of any kind, you've probably pushed too far. What's up, Goat? How you doing, Tom? I'm doing great, man. Just kind of chilling and doing this live right now. So it's been pretty good. Pretty decent day. It fucking rained all morning in Chicago. So I'm pretty sure it's raining now. So it's been kind of a shitty day, but other than that, it's all good. Sorry I had to eat as a lighter limit. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, man, you're burning a ton of calories from running, and then you're burning even more in the gym. So you're gonna have to eat more food than you can even wrap your head around. Seriously. Watching from Albany, New York, the Detroit of New York. Sweet. Albany. What's in Albany? I mean, I know that Albany is the capital of New York, but usually when people say New York, Albany is not one of the places that that comes to mind. The Empire State Plaza. This is going to be a stupid-ass question, but Thomas, is the Empire State Building in Albany? I just Googled Albany because I have no idea what's there, and they said that the Empire State District is there. I don't know if that means that the Empire State Building is there. Probably not. Just goes to show you how educated I am about geography. Not very. Why do you think your pressing plateaued? Because I'm not taking drugs anymore, and because I've lost like 13 pounds of body weight in 6 weeks, so that's just part of the game. The recovery is not as good as it was when I'm eating a ton of food and I've got drugs in my body, so that's why it's plateaued. I'm in Virginia. I'm actually visiting one of the best gyms in the country tomorrow. It's called The Shop. Let me look this up. Where is it at? Virginia? The Shop Gym. In Manassas, I think this is where it's at. Yeah, this actually looks pretty badass. Damn, this looks really badass. Yeah, fuck, dude. Devin, you're gonna have a fucking killer workout at this gym. At this gym, it looks like, man. This gym looks pretty badass. Manassas, Virginia. I can't say I've ever heard of this gym before, but I mean, it's pretty fucking badass looking. So that'll be awesome, man. Have fun. That'd be a blast. Oregon. All right, brother. Oregon. Have you heard about Stun Zed? I have not. I don't know what that is, who that is. London. Purple Hippo. Let's go, London. Thank you for watching. I can't find Rice Krispies cereal in the store, so cornflakes should do. I mean, maybe. Rice Krispies are made out of rice and cornflakes are made out of corn, so they probably won't digest the same, but I have a real hard time believing that you can't find Rice Krispies cereal. I feel like that's like one of the more popular cereals that you can find. Obviously, I don't know where you live and what you have access to, but that is unfortunate. Let me update the questions, guys. If my volume is already low down to 1 and 2 sets and I'm still not progressing in some sets each workout, it means that you're overreaching and you're not recovering. So you need to pull back from somewhere or add in some rest days. When I watch your videos, you're always doing 1 set. That's all you do. Yeah, I only do 1 or 2 working sets per exercise. I don't think you need any more than that. So you think you should yes, Callum, I do. I think you should always have decently visible abs in the off season. Are you just on test or other gear? I'm on test only. I've only been taking anabolics for like a year, so I'm still like a beginner PED user. I've ran 2 cycles in my entire life, and they've both been testosterone only, and this next one that I'll run will be test only as well. I don't think I need to touch anything other than test for a bit. I'm making great progress on just test. There's no reason to use anything else. Can you talk about lat activation when you externally rotate your shoulder? Well, I don't really know like what there is to talk about. Externally rotating your shoulder is going to put your lat in the best position possible to recruit. I'm going to try and back my chair up here so you guys can see. When I take my shoulder and I externally rotate it like this, I align my humerus with the lat, and as long as I maintain this position, I really have my lat and my elbow are in perfect line of pull to recruit the muscles. Yeah, I don't know what you want me to talk about, but the truth of the matter is that externally rotating your shoulder is a good thing, and it would increase your lat activation, so do it. High McDonald's protein. I'm not too worried on calories at the moment. I would not be getting my protein from McDonald's. I mean, it's meat, but I don't. You're not going to be able to convince me that the meat that I'm getting at McDonald's is the same as the meat that I'm buying in the grocery store. I mean, McDonald's talks about how their stuff is all natural and quality all the time, but I don't understand how something can be all natural and quality and you can sell it for $1 and make profit. So outdoor job, train 2 hours a day, trying to gain muscle and keep fat off. Do I eat? Yes, you need to eat. If you're not gaining weight, you're not gaining muscle. At least not like maximally as much as you should be. It's a very similar question to the guy who does all the running. If you do a lot and you burn a lot of calories, you have to eat a lot of calories. That's just the name of the game. What body fat percentage would you recommend to be peak bulk, man? Honestly, I give 0 fucks about body fat percentage. They're made up numbers that literally mean nothing. I don't know what body fat percentage would be. When you get to the point where you don't have abs anymore and you start to look sloppy, that's when I would peak bulk. But I would not worry about body fat percentages, because unless you're paying a shitload of money to get a DEXA done, they're just completely arbitrary, irrelevant numbers. I stopped giving a shit about body fat percentages like 4 years ago. It's all completely irrelevant information. Your training TikTok is so underrated. I appreciate that. Def Seed again, I appreciate that. I put a lot of effort into it, so I hope it's good. JPG, what's your strongest lift? That's a good question. What's my strongest lift? I mean, if you're talking about strongest in the sense of like weight used, I mean, maybe probably a leg press. What's my strongest lift in the sense of like execution wise? I don't know. Maybe also a leg press. I don't really know. I'm going to go with leg press for both. It's the one in Ashburn. Oh, the shop. Well, I looked at that one too, and that one looks pretty decent. So, whichever one you're at, they're gonna be pretty fucking cool. What's up, dude? Love the content, Christian. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the comment. I really appreciate that. Nashville, Daniel, watching from Nashville. Nice. Thank you for watching, brother. I appreciate you taking the time out of your night to come hang with me. There's two. Oh yeah, I answered this. One in Manassas and one in Ashburn. Yeah, the one in Ashburn looks pretty decent too. So, like I said, you'll have great workouts there. Let me refresh these questions. All right, I got to I gotta say this out here because this happens every single live and I get it. But here's the thing, guys. When you guys ask me questions, if I don't answer your question in like a minute, like please don't fucking ask me again. You guys can scroll up in the chat and you can see where I am at when I'm answering the questions. So if you ask a question, you can tell by the question that I'm answering whether I've gotten to yours or not. I miss nobody. I read every single message. So if you guys leave a message, I will answer it. Please do not ask the question 4 or 5 times if I don't answer it right away. I'm way behind. I'm way behind all these questions, man. I've got 31 people in here right now asking questions and I'm one guy. So I'll get there. I keep on dropping calories, but weight has plateaued, but I seem to be getting leaner. Any explanation? I mean, that's pretty typical. That's happening with me right now. My weight hasn't moved in a week and a half, and I'm leaner in a week and a half. So the scale weight is just one piece of the puzzle. One piece of the puzzle. Benefits of only doing one set. You don't accumulate all the fatigue that you accumulate from doing 4 and 5. You cut out all the unnecessary junk. Who do you think the best power lifter is in the world right now? Honestly, I don't really follow powerlifting that well, that closely. So I'm honestly not 100% sure who the best powerlifter is in the world right now. I didn't hear your answer. If you answered me, Moms, you've asked me like 3 questions already up until this point. Which one do you want me to answer? Do anabolics allow you to grow from only one set, or can natties also grow from one set? No, you can. There is no difference between natural and enhanced training. The only difference is that enhanced people can probably do more sets and recover from it. But that doesn't mean that they should, in my opinion. Right here, I got someone who's asked the same question 3 times. After I just said, don't fucking do that. Is it okay to fail a set if I'm going slow and controlled but can't push anymore? I mean, that's what I do. So yeah, of course. How many sets do you do for your exercises? Exactly what I put on the session. 1 to 3. I don't count warm-up sets because they're completely irrelevant. They don't mean anything. Why did my incline bench regress like 6 reps while everything progressed last push session? I don't know. What did you do the day before? Did you eat your food? Did you get your sleep? Did you drink your water? Did you manage your stress? It's probably one of those things. I'm eating high carb protein and it's a clean diet, but won't. Yeah, dude, if you're eating in a calorie surplus, you're going to put on body fat. If you are trying to put on muscle and avoid putting on body fat, you're going to completely waste your time. You need to accept the fact that body fat is part of it. You cannot gain weight and gain muscle without gaining body fat. It is not possible. It doesn't happen. So if you're trying to avoid eating because you are trying to avoid putting on body fat, dude, you're going to spin your wheels for a long time and get nowhere. Watching from LA. What's awesome, man? LA, let's go. Only problem with lifting for me is I'm an advanced runner and I'm trying to go to state. To accomplish that, I'm trying to stay slim. Then just put lifting off to the side until you're done with running. You know, you don't have to do both at the same time. Just put lifting on pause until you finish running. Not too complicated there. Norway. Sweet. Man, Norway. Thanks, brother. Thank you for watching from Norway, especially because it's like, I don't know what time it is in Norway. I'm going to Google it right now. What time is it in Norway? What time is it in Norway? It is almost 1 a.m. in Norway. Awesome, brother. Thank you for watching. Watching from Birmingham. Sweet. Second biggest city in England. Yeah, man. That's great. Thank you for watching. What time is it in England? It's probably the same time as it is in Norway, give or take. No, England is an hour behind Norway, so it's almost midnight. So you could be in bed, but you're watching me, so I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I love your content. Thank you, man. That's awesome. It means a lot that you guys really like it. Do you think a power building program is worth it? No, probably not. A program that tries to be good at everything is usually good at nothing. Are your training programs free? No way. I don't work for free, man. You want to see my prices? Then they're on my website, which is in my link tree. But I don't work for free. I coached people for free for years, but I feel like I'm at the point now where my service is good enough that I charge for it. Seth Rogen, is that you? It is him, baby, in the flesh. Who do you think has the best back in bodybuilding of all time? Ronnie or Dorian are probably up there. Can you explain what you do for warm-up sets? Pretty much as the weight goes up, the reps come down. So let's say that I'm getting on a chest press and I'm going to work with 3 plates. I may start with 1 plate and do 4 reps, may go to a plate and a quarter and do 3. I may go to 2 plates and do 2, and I may do 2.5 for 1, and then I'll work on 3. Basically, my warm-up sets are doing as least amount of reps as possible to get the muscles firing so that I'm not wasting unnecessary energy in the warm-ups and I'm saving all the energy for the working sets, which are the sets that really matter. So that's basically warm-ups in a nutshell. As little warm-up time as necessary. Is smoking grass killing my gains? No, I've smoked weed every day, multiple times a day for the past long time, and I'm still making gains. So, and almost every bodybuilder that I know smokes weed at some point in some form. So, no, you're good, man. You're good. Sorry about the set question. It was kind of me, including your warm-up sets. Yeah, I don't count warm-up sets for anything because they don't count. They don't count. They don't mean anything. Like if you're capable of doing like a 225 bench, your warm-up set with 95 pounds is not heavy enough to cause muscle growth. So there's no point even counting it in your volume because it doesn't mean anything. Nate, my man, what's going on? Things are going good, bro. Worked this morning. No training today. Today's a rest day, so I just kind of came home and I've made some content. Edited a YouTube video. I'm doing this TikTok live here. I'll probably record another TikTok video when I get off this live, and then my girlfriend will get home, and then we'll watch some TV. Right now we're watching the Book of Boba Fett, which is pretty cool. What is a high body fat percentage? Right now I'm at like 30%, but I don't know if I should cut yet. If you're at 30%, you should absolutely cut. I think body fat percentages are stupid, but if you have no sort of visible abs, and like no veins of any kind anywhere, I would cut. And if you're really at 30% body fat, like that's considered obese. That's not me calling you obese. Like you are clinically considered obese. So I would cut. At work right now, I'm deciding to buy what protein, Redcon, fudge brownie, or peanut butter cookie. Are you talking about the MRE, Nate? Or MRE light or MRE, whichever one? Love from Ireland. Ireland, bro. Awesome. What time is it in Ireland? Ireland, it's midnight right now. You could be in bed, but you're watching me, man. I appreciate it. Norway not getting in his recovery. I think that watching Caidin Kloepping on TikTok Live is a bit more important than getting your recovery, but no, I'm just kidding. Hey, bro, I hope you have a blessed day, week. Keep working towards your goals. Much love. Hey, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's been a hard week, honestly. Been a pretty stressful week. Last week was pretty stressful too, so I needed that right now. I appreciate you. Only the dank memes. Thank you. Much love, brother. Hey from Australia. What's up, man? Aussie? And then the guy below him from the Ukraine. How you guys doing tonight? Hope things are going good for you guys over there. Things are going pretty good over here in the States right now. Hey man, it's been great DMing with you. You have helped so much. I appreciate that, man. I just try and help however I can. So thank you. Thank you for the questions. About the incline bench, 8 hours of sleep, 8 drank water, why only 1 exercise regress? Sometimes it happens, man. If it happens again, then replace the exercise. Maintenance is 2,900, exercise is 14, so would you recommend 4K cal intake? Try it and see what happens. See what happens on 4,000. If your weight's moving up, then that's good. If it's moving up faster than you want, then bring it back a little bit. But just try it. See what happens. Nate, what's going on, man? Give me some gym motivation. I don't feel like it. D Olive, go watch the past 3 training videos that I've put up. I haven't felt like it in a week and a half, but I'm still getting it done anyways. You don't need motivation, you need discipline. Are 10 weekly sets for large muscle groups enough for the majority of people? Yes. If those sets are difficult and are progressively overloaded, then yes. I need your advice from another GNC guy. Fudge brownie, Redcon, or gym protein? I have tried neither of them. So in terms of like a taste thing, I am not sure. From a digestive standpoint, if you're talking about the MRE Light, that would probably digest a little bit better with me personally. Honestly, I think both products are really good. I don't think that the gym protein is bad. Like I said, I've never tried it, but from looking at the ingredients, I think it has some whey concentrate in it, so I know that my stomach probably couldn't handle it. But I would say fudge brownie. Nate, what flavor of the gym? What gym are you looking at? What flavor? Watching from Greece, by the way. I love your content. Very knowledgeable. Thank you, man. My girlfriend and I would actually love to go to Greece sometime. So that's actually pretty cool that you're watching from there. And thank you for the nice comment about my content, man. I appreciate it. I put a decent amount of effort into my content, so to know that it's getting appreciated is awesome. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot. If I want to go build up to tracking my calories, what would you suggest to do so? I think you should download an app and start doing it. Like, I don't think you should think about it anymore. I think you should start today. Just download MyFitnessPal, and everything that you put in your mouth other than water, put it in there. I mean, it's a very, very simple thing. So just get started. Is 22% body fat bad? I mean, I wouldn't say it's bad, but I wouldn't say it's good either. Yes, sir. It's MRE Light, whey animal based. I asked what question about the gym. Did you answer? Let me see. Not yet. Nate, let me know what flavor of the gym that you're looking at. If I weigh 260, should I be eating 200 grams of protein? I'd maybe eat a little bit more than that. Can you go into details on your one set and how to execute it properly? Guys, picture perfect form and take the set all the way to failure. I mean, there is no secrets to this. Picture perfect form, take the set all the way to failure, and then the next week when you do that again, make sure that you beat your reps and or weight. And repeat that process for 10 years. That's it. And I know that my training looks like very complicated and abnormal, but it's literally just, it's so fucking simple. You do an exercise until you can't do it anymore, and you write down the weight and reps that you got, and the next time you come in the gym, you beat that. And you just repeat that forever. What's the most intense set you've ever done? Good question. I don't know. I mean, I can think of some like nasty leg press and hack squat sets. But as far as like super duper intense, I don't know, man. Like back in the day when I used to do volume training, I would do a bunch of the like quadruple drop sets and all of that stupid shit. Now I just realized that was just unnecessary. But yeah, probably something along those lines. How often do you switch exercises in your training blocks? Only when an exercise is not progressing anymore, or if an exercise is causing me pain. So if an exercise is like hurting in an area, like say every time I get on this one leg press, I hurt my knee. Like that's when I would stop doing it. But if I'm doing a lift and I'm still able to progressively overload it week to week, I'm not changing anything. I won't change it unless I absolutely have to. Do you think Abductor... Sorry, guys. Do you think Adductor and Abductors should be staples in a leg day? Abductor, maybe not, but Adductor, absolutely. I think that the Adductor is the most underrated, underappreciated leg exercise that there is. Peanut butter, and I just showed my boss your account now. He said it's dope. I also told him about the big three. Yeah, dude, I actually used that a couple times this week and it's worked. So shout out to that, Nate. Corporate store guys coming through, giving the sales tips. I appreciate it. You said peanut butter gym or fudge brownie MRE light. I'd probably go with the fudge brownie. I haven't had too many like peanut butter protein powders that I'm like, holy shit, this is really good. The peanut butters seem to be like a huge hit or miss. I've had some that are just like bad. Like actually, dude, if you've I don't know if you've tried the chocolate peanut butter Girl Scout Waybolic. We had somebody return it like a couple weeks ago, and I tried a scoop of it. It's fucking dog shit. And then we had also Waybolic, but it was just the regular peanut butter, not the Girl Scout chocolate peanut butter, just the regular peanut butter. And that got returned, and it was also dog shit. So I can't say that I've had too many peanut butter protein powders that I'm like, wow, this is really, really good. So I'd probably go with the fudge brownie. That's going to be a safe bet for you, I think. Favorite exercise, a hack squat or a leg press, for sure. Do you go very heavy for that one set? Well, the word heavy is relative. I mean, sometimes I may go as low as 8 reps, and sometimes I may go as high as 30. So I don't always go heavy. What made you take this approach over the standard 3 sets? Educating myself on human physiology and training programming, and understanding that just doing unnecessary, worthless volume for the sake of it is actually setting you back. It's not actually making you any better. So it's a very performance-based way to look at training. You think 1 gram per pound of protein on a diet is calculated through lean body mass or in general? I just do body weight. I don't do lean body mass because most people can't calculate their lean body mass accurately because they don't know what their body fat percentage is accurately, because the only way that you can accurately gauge your body fat percentage is to get a DEXA scan. So I think if you eat 1 gram per pound of body weight, I think you're in the clear. I'm 45, 6 foot tall, 246 with 33% fat. Goal is to get lean. What is your suggestion? Eat in a calorie deficit and continue to do that until you're lean. It's very simple. I have no secrets for you. Eat less and move more until you're where you want to be. Period. Sentence is over. How can I find my deficit the right way? Man, this is like the one question I get so many times. Pick a level of calories and eat that level of calories for a week and see what your weight does over the course of that week. If your weight is moving down, you're in a deficit. If it's not moving down, you're not in a deficit. So then you adjust accordingly. If you pick 3,000 calories and you eat 3,000 calories every day for a week and your weight goes up a pound, you're not in a calorie deficit. So drop from 3,000 to 2,700 and do that again. This is a game of guess and check, guys. There is no online calculator that can tell you what your calorie maintenance is. You guess and check. Your calorie maintenance is always changing. It's always changing. So guess and check. Done deal. Not gonna lie, GNC protein is okay. Kind of bad mixing. Yeah, man, I've had some pretty solid GNC proteins, but the peanut butter one, both of the peanut butters, the chocolate peanut butter and the regular peanut butter, got returned to our store because the people that bought them did not like the taste. So I was like, let me try this shit. And I tried a scoop of both, and I was like, nah, these are fucking not it. Nate, have you tried the MRE Light before, or is this going to be your first time trying it? I've really thought about trying the MRE Light, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Let me know how you like it if you have liked it. How do you account for the burning of calories when training in your calorie tracking? I don't. I burn however many calories I burn, and that's it. I don't track it. The only thing that I track is how many calories that I eat and how many steps that I take. The best peanut butter protein, I missed it, is Proto Light protein. Proto Light. I don't know if I've ever heard of that before. Proto Light. They do have a peanut butter. VMI Sports. Cold filtrated whey isolate. So it looks like, man, they got a shitload of flavors. They have a chocolate peanut butter and a vanilla peanut butter and a peanut butter cookies and cream. Holy cow. They have a marshmallow charms. Man, this shit looks good. Man, Protolite. Nate, do you carry this Protolite stuff in your store, or is it something that you've just bought before? This stuff actually looks pretty good based off of the label and the flavors that they got available to them. So, is that something that you guys have in your store, or is that something that you just bought? I've never heard of this company before. Hello, Rory. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hey, man, I had an amazing workout today. I substituted Incline barbell for Incline Smith. Thoughts? I prefer the Smith to the barbell. Do you? I mean, if you like the Smith for the barbell, then that's perfectly fine. You had an amazing workout today, so obviously it worked out pretty good for you. But I mean, I prefer the Smith, but there are countless people who are big as fuck that do the barbell. So you can do either one. I would switch back and forth between the two. Sorry, you said you lift very heavy for one set. No, I will very rarely do anything less than 8 reps. I don't know if that would be considered like heavy for you, but I very rarely do anything less than 8 reps. To lose weight, cardio or lifting? Both. More lifting. First time. Yeah, I wanna try that. What did this guy say? I've tried blueberry muffin MRE light and tastes great. That's actually, Jackson, that's actually the flavor that I would want to get. I'm a fucking sucker for blueberry muffins, man. Like, blueberry muffins are my favorite, like, dessert, pastry type of thing ever. My grandma used to, like, have, like, a bakery, like a cake business, and my grandma would make cakes. My grandma has 9 grandchildren, and I have 8 cousins. So we have a very big family, and so, and we're all roughly the same age. So my grandma would make all of our birthday cakes every single year. Once I hit, I don't even remember what age, but my grandma was like, I'm kind of sick of making cakes now. She's like, so if you guys don't want cake and you guys want like cupcakes or whatever, just like let me know. And I've had my grandma make blueberry muffins for my birthday for the past, I don't know how long. But blueberry muffin is exactly the flavor that I was thinking about getting, because I would just devour that shit. Macro is great for Protolite. Yeah, it does look really good. Cookies and cream is amazing. You have to order it on Amazon. Let me see. Yeah, because I was just on their website now. Yeah, man, this stuff looks actually pretty decent. I may give this stuff a try. The macros look great, and some of the flavors look like solid. This apple cinnamon looks like it would be goated. And it's also a cold filtrated whey isolate, so it would probably be okay on my stomach. Back to the gym tomorrow, but now I'm not sure if I should re-edit my program. Rory, if you made good progress with your program before taking time off, I would just stick with it. The only time that I would really edit your program is if something went wrong, something wasn't progressing or whatever. But if everything was progressing and you're just taking time off because you were fatigued, then I would just keep on doing what you've been doing. So I did prefer it. My main goal is hypertrophy. Unfortunately, I don't have a machine incline press. Well, yeah, then the Smith is going to be your best option. So I would use the Smith. You're going to be a lot more stable in the Smith. Thoughts on incline machine versus dumbbell incline for chest? They're the same exercise. One of them you're using a machine and one of them you're using a dumbbell, but you're training the same muscle in the same plane, ideally getting the same range of motion. So pick the one that you like more and are able to progress more. I prefer a machine. How much water should I be drinking? Because I feel bloated all the time. I probably drink like 6 liters a day. I think the general recommendation is like 4 liters, but I think it should be a little bit more than that, maybe 5 or 6. Have you heard of Fuel 10K? They do protein muffins and they do blueberry. Fuel 10K. Let me see this. Protein muffins. I'm gonna have to check this out. Fuel 10K. This is probably shit. They're probably UK company. Maybe not. Let me see these muffins. Lifting better than cardio? Yes, lifting is better than cardio. Toffee apple. Hey, these look pretty decent, Rory. Yeah, these actually look pretty decent. I'll have to see if I have access to them. What's your take on biceps contributing to shoulder elevation? Micro, can you elaborate a little bit further? You mean like during exercise or just like in general at rest? Hey bro, I'm pretty lean and hungry at the moment, and my coach is only increasing my calories by 25 carbs weekly. Yeah, that's what, 100 calories? I mean, that's all context specific, man. Are you post show? Are you post diet? Where are you at? I mean, every coach is going to have different ideas of doing things. I'm on a bulk too. I don't know, man. It's going to be really hard for me to tell you whether or not what your coach is telling you to do is okay, because he's got a lot more context on what you're doing than what I am. So I'm real hesitant to talk bad about other coaches without knowing what they're doing with the client. So I would probably do that for some of my clients though too, if the situation called for it. But if you're paying your coach, man, like there's a reason why you picked your coach. I would just do what your coach says. The Protolite digests so well. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Fair, man. I was wondering if I should lower the sets from 4 to 3. Rory, give it a shot. Just try it. Try 3 sets for however long and see what your progress looks like. If your progress is better on 3 sets than 4, then I'd stick with 3. So you'll never hurt anything by just giving it a shot. So I just give it a try. See what happens. So you drink 12 500 milliliter water bottles. I mean, yeah, probably. I just carry around a shaker and I fill it to the top and I drink it, and when it's gone, I fill it again. I don't know how many times I do that per day. I don't track it, but yeah, I mean, I 12 500 milliliters. Let's see, 500 milliliters would be, 2 of those would be a liter. So 12 would be 6 liters. Yeah, I mean, that's how much water I drink. I don't actually think that's difficult to do at all. I mean, I've been drinking at bare minimum a gallon of water a day for the past like 6 years. I don't think that's difficult at all. They're pretty nice. Banana ain't bad. Chocolate, yeah, the chocolate one kind of sticks out. Chocolate's always going to be good, you know. But banana sounds decent too. Banana and chocolate. Now that sounds like it's going crazy. I can buy them on Amazon. It looks like. Is this Amazon like United States, or is this Amazon UK? We'll have to see. There's got to be a company in the United States that makes stuff like this. Pain under calf while squatting heavy, really bothering me. Any tips? Yeah, go see a medical professional. I'm not a physical therapist. If you guys have pains, like that's not something that I can like diagnose and fix. You guys got to see a professional. I alternate flat and incline for the dumbbell and cable flies and do my incline bench on Smith at the end. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I like to alternate stuff too. Chocolate is the best. Haven't tried toffee apple. Yeah, that one's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, the apple sounds good. I'm not so sure about the toffee flavor, but it could be good. It could be good. I don't know. Yo. What's up, Angel? I hope I said your name right. Should I be really sore the day after a workout? Because when I don't feel sore, I feel like shit. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, soreness is not necessarily an indicator of a good workout. I mean, I'm usually pretty sore, but some days I'm not. But I judge my workouts based off of my progression. how much did I do better than the last time that I did this workout, not necessarily how sore I feel. As an exercise, some people say the shoulder past 30 degrees acts as a stabilizer. Others say that shoulder flexion will create more motor units. Micro, what I know you're talking about the biceps, but like what exercises in general are you talking about? Are you talking about like presses or curls or what? What kind of exercises are you talking for about that? Thanks for the answer. Love seeing your progress. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the question, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it a lot. You know, it's actually a good protein from GNC, ISO 100 or Podium. ISO 100 is the protein that I use right now. It's really one of the only proteins that I can digest with no problems at all. Obviously, the problem with the ISO 100 is that we don't make any money off of it. We have no margin in it. And Podium, Matt Frazier, the guy on the Podium cover, I knew that brand was going to be pretty popular. Believe it or not, we sell like very few Podium at our store. We sold their proteins for a little bit, but like their aminos and their pre-workout, we can't sell that for shit. One of the guys that I work with bought the Podium whey and he liked it a lot. He bought the maple flavor. So thankful for your help, my guy. Of course, man. Rory, you're always in here asking questions and asking good questions too, not the redundant, repetitive stuff. So I appreciate you, man. I will help you in any way that I can. I usually say for Podium, best recover for the endurance athletes, and it works. Yeah, that's it's probably a good thing that I could start using is the Podium. Usually when people come in and are asking for proteins, I'm usually pointing them in the way of either something GNC brand or like a PMD, something along those lines. I don't know about your store, but we have like so many fucking different proteins in because we're a franchise store, so we can kind of pick and choose what we want. And the owner of my store is a guy who likes to have a lot of variety. So we have so many protein powders in our store that Podium just never seems to be like one that comes to my head right away. But if I get people that come in for like CrossFit type of stuff, that'd be a really good one to sell to them because they'll obviously know who Matt Frazier is. ISO 100 gourmet chocolate is the best protein I've ever tasted. I don't like a lot of protein powders. Yeah, their Cocoa Pebbles is really, really good, and so is their fudge brownie. Actually, one of the guys that I work with likes to try all their like one-off flavors. So he bought like the orange dreamsicle, and he says it's awesome. He's bought the cinnamon bun. I don't remember, but they've got a couple. I'll say this. I've tried a lot of different flavors of Dymatize ISO 100, and I have yet to try a single flavor that I didn't like. The only flavor that I kind of got sick of was the Fruity Pebbles flavor, but that's just because that one was like super sweet, and I kind of got sick of that one after a little bit. But the fudge brownie, the chocolate, and the Cocoa Pebbles, I kind of rotate between those. Right now, I have vanilla in my cupboard because we didn't have any chocolate in the store. But their 3 chocolate flavors, their gourmet chocolate, their fudge brownie, and their Cocoa Pebbles, I rotate between those 3 with whatever we have in the store at the time. The science says 1 gram per pound of protein. What did I do? Oh, I just typed in the chat. You definitely need to try Perlite. I would love to influence you to get it. Yeah, I will. I'll have to see if I can and get that a shot here. Let's say a standard standing dumbbell curl. Does that change with different bicep exercises? Not necessarily, man. Really, the only time that you're gonna you're going to worry about your biceps as like a stabilizer, as in like some form of an overhead press. And really it's your long head of the bicep. And actually, believe it or not, bicep tendinitis is a very common injury that people get when pressing, because this is obviously not something you'll be able to see. But the long head of your bicep actually comes all the way up, and it comes here and like the front of your shoulder. And so when you're doing like a press or an overhead press, this long head of the bicep is stabilizing your shoulder joint. I'm sitting at a bad angle. This long head of the bicep is like stabilizing your shoulder and in the overhead position. And so that's kind of a cause of a lot of bicep tendinitis is stuff like that. It really isn't something that you're going to have to worry about in a lot of your curling exercises. Really mainly your presses. Now, your shoulder positioning to your humerus is going to affect like the length of your bicep. If your shoulder is an extension in front of your torso like this, you're going to be able to get the bicep fully shortened. And then to fully stretch the bicep, you'll want your shoulder into flexion, so it's actually behind your torso. I know you guys can't really see this. This isn't a great angle. But my shoulder and my arm is behind my body. And that's why you'll see me do like an incline curl of that sort, is to get the bicep fully lengthened. But as far as like stabilizing with a curl and whether or not that puts the shoulder joint into shoulder elevation, probably not. That's really only a concern with your presses. Not sure if it's British-based, but Salted Caramel Bandit. The protein works. Let me see. Protein works. What'd you say? Salted Caramel Bandit. Yeah, I think it looks like a British-based company. One of these days, I hope some of these like British companies like come out with, and I don't know how they would do it, but they would come out with like cheaper shipping options. Because there are a lot of supplement companies that are overseas that I would like to try. But honestly, paying just as much money to ship the product here that I would be spending for the product itself just kind of really puts me off. Definitely have to talk more instead of this live stuff. I enjoy your knowledge. Just send me a DM, brother. Send me a DM. Should I count the calories of fruits and veggies like spinach, peppers, and stuff? Yeah. Everything that you put in your mouth, I think you should track. You mean behind is extension and then front flexion, right? Did I say the opposite? Yes, I do mean the front is flexion and behind you is extension. That's, if I said the opposite, that's my fault. I got those mixed up. Good protein powder recommendations. Well, Rodingo, you've come at a right time, because that's kind of what we're talking about right now is protein powders. I like Dimetize ISO 100. What is this stuff called? Protolite is apparently pretty good too. If you're in the UK, then my man Rory recommends the Protein Works. There's some pretty decent ones out there. It really is ultimately going to come down to how you digest everything, and how your stomach sits. So I like Dimetize ISO 100. That's my personal favorite. Us goddamn Brits. Honestly, man, like you guys have some really good supplement companies over there. Really good ones. I wish I could try them. But like I said, like spending $30 in shipping for a $40 tub of pre-workout is just like, man, it's hard for me to justify that right now. But lots of good stuff over there. How many sets a week do you get in for chest? I do 10. So I do 4 on each push day and 1 on each pull day. So 4 plus 4 plus 1 plus 1 is 10. I've tried Legion brands for protein powders. None of the flavors. I prefer unflavored. Yeah, I use unflavored hydrolyzed whey during my workout, but I don't like regular unflavored whey protein powders, like with like a shake or something. But I mean, to each their own. It depends what you're blending it with. Yeah, why spend the extra when you've got a decent range that is without shipping costs? Yeah, I know. But I still want to try a lot of that stuff. One of these days when I get a shitload of disposable income, I'll be like, fuck it, I'm going to order this protein powder from Britain. But until then, I will stick with my stuff here. Thoughts on the gold standard whey optimum nutrition protein? I mean, it's fine if you can digest it. I think we're at the point right now, guys, where like in the supplement industry, the fear of getting underdosed protein powders and amino spiked like protein powders like doesn't really exist anymore. I think we're at the point right now where like the supplement industry is so popular and so profitable that people are making good products. Like companies are not making shitty protein powders because they know if they get caught with the shitty protein powder, their company is out of business. So I think that there are a lot more supplement companies that are focused on putting out good quality products so you can have any protein powder you want. It's ultimately going to come down to how it digests for you. Opinion on Creapure. So Creapure is a German form of creatine. It's a patented form of creatine. It's supposedly a little bit more absorbable than traditional monohydrate. I used to buy Creapure. Now I just buy regular creatine monohydrate. I didn't really notice much of a difference between Creapure and regular creatine monohydrate other than the fact that it was more expensive. So, but if you're somebody who's like a quality snob and is like, if I'm paying for this creatine, I want to know that I'm getting high quality, good creatine, then buy Creapure. But you also have to understand that it is going to be more expensive than just a traditional monohydrate. And the same thing with the creatine monohydrate. Like I said, with the protein powders, companies are not making low quality creatine products because creatine is another one of those staple supplements that every supplement company has to have to survive in this market. And if they make a shitty quality creatine and they get discovered for that, their reputation is trashed. So any form of creatine, literally when I buy my creatine, I buy it based off of where's the cheapest that I can get it. I don't really worry about brand too much. You work out 6 days a week or 5? Neither. I work out 4. I can't digest most protein powders. Stomach hurts. Thoughts on vegan option? Vegan is great. Vegan is better than nothing. If you can't do whey protein, then you have to do vegan. I would also suggest trying out the Redcon MRE Light. That's an animal-based protein. I have not tried MRE Light, but it is one that I want to try because it's not a whey powder. So I think that the digestion could be pretty good. But try a vegan one, no problems with that. How do you tell an exercise is more upper lat or lumbar lat? I don't really believe in upper lat and lower lat exercises. I think your lat, well, not just your lat, all muscles grow from insertion to origin. And so I don't really worry about upper or lower lat too much. If you want like a very elementary answer, your pull down movements are probably going to be more upper lat, and your rowing movements that you're pulling towards your hip are probably going to be a bit more lumbar. But I wouldn't necessarily worry too much about the differences between those. Tips to digest better. Well, the most important thing is to stop eating foods that you don't digest properly. So if you've got trigger foods, you got to get rid of those. Other than that, chewing your food. Like most people put their food in their mouth and they don't chew it enough. They just chew it a couple times and swallow it. Chew your food fully. Make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure that you're moving, especially after a meal. I think the worst thing that you can do for your digestion is eat a meal and then sit there. And the best thing that you can do after you eat a meal is get up and move a little bit. Get moving, get some blood flowing. A lot of the muscles in your intestines and stomach are like located around the hip complex. So getting up and moving and walking is going to get those muscles moving and firing. If you know who Stan Efferding is one of the most world-renowned nutritionists and strength coaches in the world. He worked, I don't know if he still does, but he works with Thor, he works with Brian Shaw, he works with all of these guys that you see in the world's strongest man doing their diet, and he has all of them doing 10-minute walks after they eat. So that would definitely be something that I recommend that you do. Let's see. Do you really need creatine? Is it something that will change physique that much? No, it's not something that's going to completely change your life, but it is a performance increaser that's very cheap and has a lot of research backing it. So if you can afford it, I would take it. It is one of the few supplements that I actually can say are worth your money. Do we need to hit costal pec? Probably not. It doesn't hurt to hit it, but you can. Any calorie-dense foods to eat at school that I can't heat up? Nuts, peanut butter sandwiches, bagels, dried fruit, liquid, juice, milk, protein shakes, peanut butter, granola. The list goes on and on and on. Tons. What time we got here? About 6:45. What type of creatine do you think is better, monohydrate or I assume you mean HCl? I take monohydrate. I've always taken monohydrate. I don't think one is better than the other. I think they're both pretty similar. I just think that HCl is unnecessarily expensive compared to monohydrate. All right, guys, so right now it's like 6:45, so I'm going to stay on for about 5 more minutes. So at 6:50 or whatever time it is for you guys watching, whatever hour it is at the 50-minute mark is when I'm going to call this. So we'll use the next 5 to 6 minutes to kind of get all of your questions in. And then right at around the 6:50 mark, I'll answer all the questions that are in the chat, and then I'll dip. Which creatine brand is best? I just said this 5 minutes ago. I don't think that any one brand is particularly better or worse than another. I think all supplement companies make a good quality creatine, because if they get found out that they don't make a good quality creatine, their supplement company is over. Like, their reputation is trashed. So I literally buy my creatine based off of where I can get it the cheapest, and I think that you should do the same. You do push-pull legs for a 4-day split. I do legs push, rest, legs pull, rest. Repeat. So, I mean, it's a push-pull leg split, but I modify the order. I modify the order quite a bit. So, if I PM you, would you mind giving your thoughts on my program? Of course, man, send it over. Again, I think I've said this to you before, but Instagram is always going to be a better place to send me DMs. I don't have good luck with the TikTok DM service just yet. Sometimes my messages get lost and I don't really get notifications when people send me DMs, but if you send it over to my Instagram DM, yeah, I'll critique it. You only do legs once a week. No, man, I don't know if you guys can't hear me, but I literally just said that I do legs, push, rest, legs, pull, rest. So I train legs every 3 days. I train legs 2 times a week, every 3 days. Legs push, rest, legs pull, rest. Legs push, rest, legs pull, rest. Are your logbook on the note app? No, I prefer to write it down in a notebook and then I transfer it to a Google Sheet. So actually, I have this right here. Give me a second and I will, I'll pull it up. Just give me 1 minute. All right, so I'm gonna flip my camera here. The best candy bar, Reese's Fast Break, like not even comparable. Reese's Fast Break is all right. I'm actually gonna do you one better, Keely. I'm gonna give you the candy bar Mount Rushmore. So we've got how many people are on Mount Rushmore? 4 or 3? Let me see. I gotta Google this shit. What do we got? 4. So I got 4 candy bars. All right. Reese's Fast Break, that's for sure. Snickers is definitely up there for sure. Man, I would say Twix. Twix is kind of hard to beat. There's something about that, like that cookie wafer in there that's just like hits different. And then the last one, this is gonna be like a dark horse pick. This is limited edition. I think these only come out like around like Christmas time, but it's the mint Kit Kat. The mint and chocolate Kit Kat bars. I don't remember if they're dark chocolate or if they're milk chocolate, but those just go absolutely fucking stupid. If you put those in the freezer and get them nice and cold, that's up there. But that's one of those ones that's like a limited edition one, so I don't know if that one can like technically qualify. So if the dark chocolate Kit Kat does not qualify, then I'm gonna put the original Kit Kat on there. So we've got what did I say? We've got Reese's Fast Break, Snickers, Twix, and then Kit Kat. That's my candy bar Mount Rushmore. Why pull 1 day a week? So I train my legs twice as frequently as I train my upper body because my legs are shit and I want to bring my legs up. So I train my legs twice as frequently until I get to the point where my legs are better, and then I will stop training that way and I'll train everything more equally. Favorite top 3 cereal? Oh, dude, this is actually harder than the this is much harder than the cereal or the candy bar question. I only got to pick 3. Oh shit, this is so hard. I don't know if I could pick just 3, man, but I'm gonna do it just for you. So let's do. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't put Reese's Puffs on there. I mean, Reese's Puffs are just like crazy good. Another one. Oh, man, there are like 10 cereals that are in my head right now. Trying to pick 3 of them is hard. Reese's Puffs are on there. I'm gonna go with, I think Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles is timeless. And then a third one. Let's go with one that may surprise you. And I'm trying to decide between Apple Jacks, Honey Bunches of Oats, and shredded mini wheats. Or the frosted shredded mini wheats. I think I'm going to go with Apple Jacks for the third one. Those Apple Jacks are good. Twix, yeah, Twix. Best protein bar. Man, I don't really eat a lot of protein bars. Protein bars ruin my stomach. I like the texture of the Built bars. Those are good. And then the MRE bars from Redcon are pretty decent too. But I honestly don't really eat protein bars that much. Boss man, appreciate you, bro. For biceps, you think we need one exercise in neutral shoulder positioning and one in shoulder flexion? Yes, because in order to hit the long head of the tricep, which is this one here, the inside one, the shoulder must be in flexion to hit that. So yes, I do think you need some sort of shoulder flexion isolation. Usually it's going to be an overhead. It has to be an overhead. It can be an overhead dumbbell. It can be an overhead cable. It can be an overhead machine. But yes, you do need some shoulder flexion. Keely, if you are still in this chat, I want to hear your favorite candy bar. If you're still here. Hershey, yeah, Hershey's good, but I wouldn't put it on like Hershey, yeah, Hershey's good, but I wouldn't put it on like Mount Rushmore level. I mean, that's Hershey is like really good, but it's also like kind of boring. It's just kind of a plain old chocolate bar. The other one's got some fun shit that's mixed in there too, but Hershey's still good. I'll never oh shit, the Hershey's cookies and cream. That one could make a reappearance on the Mount Rushmore. I totally forgot that one even existed. Hershey's cookies and cream. Hershey cookies and cream. Do you prefer the dominant lower body or dominant upper body look? Lower for sure. I don't think there's anything like more embarrassing than seeing a guy that has like massive fucking like arms and shoulders and pecs and delts and lats, but has like chicken legs. I actually make fun of people like that. Twix, yeah, Twix is good. I don't know, man. You guys, someone said Hershey, and I got thinking about that Hershey's cookies and cream bar. Fuck, that one is so good too. I'm still waiting on that Crave video. You're right, Rory. I keep forgetting about that. I will eat some Crave, but let me get out of this. Let me get out of this diet first. I looked at the Crave, and the Crave is like a little higher on fat than I'd like to go, but I will try it, Rory. You have my word. I will try it, and I'll do a video on it. Just give me a couple of weeks here to finish up this diet. Nerds above all candy, though. The ropes, yes. The Nerds ropes are very, very good. And then the regular Nerds are really good too. But when I'm thinking of Nerds, I'm actually not thinking about the purple and pink box. I'm thinking about the red and I think it's green. Is it red and green? Is that like the other box? Purple and pink is still like really, really good. Oh, Keely, if you're still in this chat, you need to get the I gotta find the name of them. I gotta find the name. The Chewy Nerds. They're chewy Nerds, and then they have sour chewy Nerds too. Those ones are like, they're the hard nerd like exterior, but then they have like a chewy gummy center. You like Nerds, you're gonna love those. Carissa put me on those. Those ones are great. 2 more for favorite cereal. Well, I had a toss up between Apple Jacks and then Frosted Mini Wheats and what was the other one? Honey Bunches of Oats, but I won't count any of those. I'll give you 2 more complete opposite ones. Crunch Berries is fire, and Trix. I don't know if they still make Trix. They have to still make Trix, man. If they don't make Trix, they fucked that one up. But Trix and Crunch Berries are legit. Is it okay to not progress every workout? It's okay, but it's not ideal. Crave a smack. Yeah, that's what Rory said too, man. Rory has been talking up this Crave for a while, and dude, it looks fucking good. I call the upper dominant the Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot look. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it just looks kind of funny to not have any legs. Reese ate my first 3 Hershey's cookies and cream bars. Fun fact, her favorite candy too. Apparently they were. I mean, you can't really blame her. Those Hershey's cookies and cream bars are like so good. I'm kind of reevaluating my candy bar choices now. Now that I'm thinking about that Hershey's cookies and cream bar, that one's crazy good. Do you ever program cluster sets? Are they useful? Yes, they're useful. They're very, very high on the fatigue scale. So I would only use them when you're in a calorie surplus and when recovery is high. I absolutely would not use them when dieting. I think they're useful. I think you should only use them on lagging body parts, and I think you should use them very sparingly. They're something that a lot of people, I think, can overdo, and I think it just causes way too much fatigue. I used to be somebody who used cluster sets and rest pause for like everything, and I was just training myself into the fucking ground. No worries, my man. Only playing. I know you're playing, Rory, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna try it. So, yes, Christmas nerds, the gummy bites. Yes, yeah, I think that's what they're called. I'm looking at a picture of them right now, and they say the chewy nerds, but I'm also looking at another picture that says nerds. No, these are completely different. These are nerds gummy clusters. So, Keely, if you're still in here, let me flip my camera around. Oh, So these are the nerds chewy. This is probably a terrible picture, but you can kind of see that they have like the hard exterior and then like the gooey like center. And then there are these, and these basically look like nerds ropes to me, but just like cut up in little balls. This kind of looks like that little red like gummy texture, and then it's got a whole bunch of nerds on the outside. Keely, I think you would love these because they're basically just the regular nerds rope, but it looks like they're kind of cut into little balls. So I have not tried the second ones, the gummy clusters, but the chewy ones I have, and those ones are really, really good. Favorite long head of the tricep movements. I like, if you go watch both of my push sessions on both of those days, I do like an overhead machine. One day I do it unilaterally, and the other day I do it bilaterally. I really like that. Otherwise, the overhead dumbbell extension, I actually prefer both arms to one. And then the same thing with a cable, with a rope and a cable. No, you have to try the gummy clusters. Change your life. Yeah, those, they literally just look like someone took the nerds rope and they just like cut it in little balls. That's what it looks like. The pink bag. Yep, that's what I'm looking at here. Thoughts on doing a quad focused on one day and a ham focused on the second day? You can do it. I don't think most people need to do it. I think the only people that really need to dedicate an entire day to training quads and another day to training hams are either professional bodybuilders or national level bodybuilders who are right on the cusp of turning pro. Otherwise, if you're just like a normal person going to the gym, I think you can do a little bit of both on both days. I do both on both days. All this talk of candy. I know, man. I know. The candy and the cereal talk. Candy and cereal talk. This is not the first time that we've gotten into a heated cereal discussion on this live. It is the first time for candy, but cereal, not at all. I think we're all cereal demons in here. Everybody could fuck up some cereal. Well, I said I'd get off 10 minutes ago, and then I got talking about cereal and candy, and here we are. So I think this is going to be a good place to leave off, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning out tonight. I will get another one of these done probably this weekend for sure. Today is, Tuesday? I would ideally like to do another one of these maybe Friday, Saturday, and or Sunday. we will see. My girlfriend is actually leaving this weekend and going back to our hometown and spending time with one of her friends out there. So I will have the place to myself, which not like that really matters. I would still do my lives if she was here, but the point that I'm trying to make is she'll be gone and I'll probably have plenty of free time and I'll be pretty bored. So do not be surprised if I hop on the live pretty frequently this weekend. But thank you for everyone that turned out tonight. I think at one point I saw 81 peak viewers, which is definitely an all-time best for me. That is like just so fucking crazy that at one point there was 80 people in here listening to me talk about cereal and candy bars. Amongst other things, but cereal and candy bars most importantly. So thank you for everybody who turned out to this. As I mentioned, I'll be doing a bunch of these this weekend probably. So hope to see you guys then. Hope you guys have some more good questions for me then. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you.